want to just start this one off complaining so that the tone is set from the jump, sort of. How cold is it? How is it like physically possible for it to be this cold? I don't know if it's just because I'm like a sickly pisshead, but my bones are aching day in, day out. You know, the sun peers in for like 5 minutes a day, and I sit under it like a flower trying to photosynthesize. To no avail. To no avail at all. I mean, it's good in one way, because if it was like beaming hot sunlight light in, that thing would probably start stinking a lot more. It's kind of already like, it's getting pretty gross, to be honest. I thought the cops would have found me by now. A little bit confused as how they didn't. They seem to be watching my videos, so like, maybe they just cut me some slack. Maybe they're investigating the Lorax differential that I think is really important in this situation. But anyway, football, eh? Thursday night footy, we had fucking Dogs versus Saints, the second time this year, and for the second time this year, the Saints got fucking blown away. It's kind of insane that Sam Darcy's back. You know, I like didn't think that was physically possible. I think it's funny that he went out in the Saints game like earlier in the year, and he's come back in the Saints game this year, and it was pretty much the exact same result. I think they beat them by a point more this time, so the Saints are getting shitter. No, this was just fucking bad. Although the result was like literally the exact same, it didn't feel as bad as the first time they played this year around Easter. For some reason, that was like, I tipped the Dogs in both, and I sort of saw a pretty comprehensive beating coming, but this is just like, there was no ground covered by the Saints in the meantime. Nothing learnt by the players. Don't know if that's coaching, players, just fucking, like there just is a skill gap and differential between these lists, which is the case, like for sure, but to how much that plays in effect, I don't know. It's interesting. This was a higher scoring game than last time, so maybe that's why it looks less, or it looks more okay from the Saints, even though it doesn't look that good. That good. You can't really be too happy with this one if you're a Saints fan, but you can be happy if you're a Dogs fan. I don't know. I think I bought into the hype pretty heavy. That loss against the Hawks has really been sitting with me, and just sort of thinking about their like inability to sort of put away the cream of the crop teams, even though they've been in and about for every one of those games. I don't think they've been blown out this year from the top of my head, but just the actual ability to finish the job and fucking beat those like top tier teams, other than us. But yeah, I don't know. They're a dangerous looking unit. Going forward, it'll just be interesting to see what they do with the rest of the year. Saints, you're written off for the rest of the season. You just hope that Nasaya doesn't go. If fucking Wang Miller goes, then they're fucked. Their whole core falls apart, because I don't even really know what they're trying to build with like them trying to get TDK to come over. Is that gonna help? I mean, it's like, it'll help, sure, but is it helping like when we got Stringer? And by that I mean not really fucking helping at all. Either way, surely we put like neck and neck tight matchups in the Thursday, Friday slots, because watching blowouts is like not the best way to start the weekend of footy. It kills your like fucking rivalry sort of mentality pretty early. But unless you go for the Dogs, in which case I was probably sick. Anyway, an actual classic that I missed. Didn't get to watch this one. Unfortunate. I've heard that it wasn't actually that fun to watch. Like the conditions made it so shit. Build the roof and fuck. What the fuck? Make a Tassie great and build the roof. Or something. I'm still kind of cut. I didn't watch it, and I just haven't had time to watch a replay. But because I like these teams a lot. These are two very exciting teams to watch. Maybe the conditions sort of snuff that out. The scoring's really low, but we had a pretty low scoring game against Adelaide as well. They have this like lockdown ability where their defense isn't like, I don't know. I'd say that our team defense is much better than Adelaide's team defense, just on like player list, but they have just this weird team defense ability to sort of fucking just make a game like a slugfest, make it tight, thuddy and boring-ish. Boring to the eye, but you know. I'm getting pretty off track because I've got nothing to say. I saw that clip of the fucking Nick Watson getting ran down tackled. That was pretty cool. That was clean as fuck. Hawks getting it done, I think experience, you know, having a bit more, playing that ground a bit more often. They're probably a little bit further along in development, which is a really weird thing to say. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe like chronologically they might be a little bit behind, but just in terms of what they're putting forward, they're coming back to a bit of form, the Hawks. The bye has served them well, and yeah, they're like fixing a lot of the things that they should be aiming to fix at this time of the year. You know, we're getting pretty far into the year. I should probably look at that fucking ladder predictor that I did and see where things are are stacking up. I might do that next week, but good show out from the Hawks, I guess. Fucking 4 points, 2 for 2 so far, swag. And then on Saturday we had the game of the round! Actually, fucking wicked cunt. Fucking yes, bro. Just fucking, yeah. What a fucking game. Aaron Cadman arrival game. Now, I've been saying for fucking ages that in little bursts, Aaron Cadman has like the potential to be as good, if not better, than what Jesse Hogan is at our club. The way he glides across packs when going for a mark is beautiful. Like, it is a work of art, the way he like positions himself within a pack mark. Now, I'm not saying that he always clunks them. For the most part, he doesn't. He gets his hands to basically every contest he's like near, but marks maybe 1 in 3 of them. But today, he fucking couldn't drop nothing. Took potentially mark of the year, definitely mark of the round, but and kicked 5, broke his ceiling at 3 in the fucking game that needed it the most, which freed up Hogan to kick 6. This is what our forward line needs. 2 keys firing just to fucking take pressure off one of the others. If Cadman's on fire and a threat all the way up the ground, because the shit he does on the wing is better than the shit he does in the forward 50, like being that like high leading key forward that will then bring it back and use the big kicks and shit like that. Contest mark up on the wing, get it down to the forward, whatever. His ability to work in that situation is just fucking, I genuinely think, nearly elite. I'm overhyping the fuck out of him for sure, but I'm just so happy that we got a game where we could see where like all this work is paying off. You know, there is little bursts of this throughout the past couple of years, and this is putting it all together. And now I'm not saying that every single week will be the same after this. Probably not. He'll probably go back in his shell a little bit. Some attention might be given to him that wasn't given before. Like it might be a bit more of a fucking lockdown role from a defender being placed on him, which might impact his ability to glide into those marking contests. If there's more pressure like before the contest sort of forms, it could change shit, who knows? But it's just amazing to see him to fucking take that next step in his development. This is his best game he's ever fucking played at the AFL level, and taking that step is just like, it is just a step in the right direction. Wherever that goes in the future, that's the future. But for now, it's fucking sick to see the development paying off in real time. What a fucking go, what a gem. The boys lifted, the boys really fucking lifted. No Toby Green, he got kneed in the ass. Brett Daniels kneed in the ass. They're coming for our ass. I'm coming on that ass, boy. Pause. Play. The Lions looked fine. I think again, it's like a kicking thing with the Lions. Inaccuracy has cost them 2 weeks in a row, and I don't necessarily think that this game was as bad as the Adelaide one for them, not at all. But I mean, like, actually, it's sort of a testament to us. We were kicking fucking clean as fuck, dude. We were kicking, I don't remember what the scoreline was, but it was very accurate. And it was very accurate at the start of the game. Like, I think we were like 6-0 at some, with goals or some shit, which just keeps us in like a threatening way, in that yes, they might be having more shots on goal, but if we get 2 or 3 shots and they're all goals, those fucking 8 that they've had where they've kicked 4 points, it doesn't look, you know, like it keeps us in that sense. And I think that we do play the best when we are accurate at the start of games. We can loosen up a little bit and get fucking fire it all at the wall at the end of the game, but once we are able to like establish a threatening forward 50, I think that does wonders for us. Lifts our morale, lifts everything, and I just couldn't be happier with this game. I actually tipped against us last week, so the tipping footy gods would good karma, something, question mark, exclamation mark, fucking dollar signs. Nothing more to say. Brizzy's still a threat for sure. Giants, we're back. We're not back, but you know, there's a good chance we lose this week against the Suns, but I'll get into that later. For the meantime, couldn't be more happy. Aaron Cadman, you'll go. Shout out our seconds ruck as well. I fucking forgot his name. My bad, but he's the cunt. He seems to be doing pretty well at the team. After that, we had the Geelong-Essendon game, which sucked to watch. Essendon get blown out by fucking 100 points. Who saw that coming? Who could have seen it? Who's the better Brad Chris Scott question? I don't know. Not much in this one, to be honest. A bit of a flex of the muscles for Geelong, and it was looking really ugly for a while. It ended pretty ugly, but for a while it was looking even uglier than it was. I think Max Holmes got chased down tackled. That was pretty cool to watch. Max Holmes is a pretty hard unit to catch, so shout out that lad, whoever did that. But fucking, I don't know. This was like one of them games where it just became a bit of a highlight reel, like a Geelong highlight reel. They were going for shit that it's just fucking. again, throwing a bit of shit at the wall, seeing what sticks, and a lot of it was sticking. So sorry, Bombers, but it's just a difference between a good set team and a fucking bad team. You know, I don't even think the Bombers are like thereabouts. They're like at the lower end of the rung, and Geelong is definitely at the higher end. And these types of results are sort of inevitable. And the Cats just fucking outplay the shit out of them in every facet of the ground. So North and Freo, almost an upset. Is this Freo's fault or North's fault? Who knows? I can't really tell you. I think that North were really good on the day, and I think that North actually won the game for fucking... Hold on, hear me out. They won the game for 95% of it, and for 5 minutes, Freo kicked 4 goals. Like, in 5 minutes, I think they just won the game by being... I think it was either the end of the first or second quarter, I couldn't tell you. But there was just a patch of 5 minutes where Freo was doing everything right, and North were just fucking chasing their tails. And that lead literally was the thing that North was eating away at the entire rest of the game, leveling it up in the last quarter. Massive moments, an incredible last quarter of footy to watch, very fucking tense and thrilling. Josh Tracy, fuck me, he's good. How fucking good is he? Yeah, putting the wall on the back. You know, there's some list selection errors that Clarkson's making that I think really fucking hurt. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Don't want to get in too much detail because I could be sitting here bitching and moaning about Clarkson for an hour. But overall, the boys better be happy with that performance. It sucks and hurts so much because like these are the ones where like I didn't tip North and I didn't really think they would have that much of a shot to win. Like they had a shot to do what they did today and really fucking rattle Freo and be, you know, a great dominant team for a long portion of the game. They didn't win. They don't get the 4 points. And this is like a thing where it's the same with the fucking draw to Brisbane and whoever they came really close to beating the week prior to that. We're getting close, but for no return, it doesn't feel rewarding. And the games that you do win, like the West Coast game, like they played way fucking better in this than the week prior where they beat West Coast. You should be more happy about this game, but there's no result. So it's like this weird middle ground where you're just sort of torn about. You want to see improvement and you want to see that statistical improvement because otherwise you fall into the Clarkson trap of, yeah, we're getting better week by week, we're getting better. And that betterness is so incremental and marginal that it's not making much of a difference for the viewer base, for the fans, for the players. They're not winning the games again. They're just fucking not. It's a tough spot, but at the same time, I think that this was a really comprehensive performance from them for what they have available. You know, they're slow, they're not that pretty, and they look their best when they're trying. And that's the key, is to get them to try the entire fucking game and never slip into that defeatist mindset. Don't think there's a winning culture at the club. Maybe that's sort of what I'm trying to get at with that whole spiel I was on before. You need to book some fucking wins. You know, you need to do a little bit better than what you're doing right now for me to feel fucking contempt, and I think for your player group, or your fan group to feel contempt with it all. But alas, it was a good performance. Go Freo. Josh Tracy is kind of a sick cunt. Caleb Sarong is kind of a sick cunt. I'm sorry guys, I have to admit. And then we had Port and Melbourne. Now I'm fucking pissed off at this game. Not because Port won. I like Port more than Melbourne. I like it when Port is doing better than when Melbourne is doing better. Because Port's fun. They're a bit freaky. They got a lot of fucking people on their team that I really enjoy watching. The mad cunt himself, Sam Pep. I'm never going to be able to say Sam Pepper on this ever, for whatever reason. 2 years, can't say it. It comes out my mouth. I don't know. The reason I'm really shitty with this loss is because, one, it was Melbourne's fault. Holy fuck. They have so much going fine, and the littlest bits that all are the only things that matter is what's going stupid. Clayton Oliver's disposals are dog shit. Petrarca's disposals are dog shit. Their forward line is fucking dog shit. Their leading patterns in the forward line is fucking dog shit. And everything else is just pretty good. Like, it's just fine. You know, Matchy gone, go. But he's getting no return. It's just a fucking baffling situation. Just baffling. For half the game, Cozzy was on fire. For half the game, he was unsighted. And credit to Port. They played fucking tanky. They played huge. They played with some aggression. They played strong in this game. It seemed like, following the win from over us, they seem hungry. They seem like they're trying to make a late season push. Not necessarily for finals, but to like make the whole, I don't know, they're doing it for Ken. Fuck it. The joke's back. It's funny again. Because they keep winning. There's something going on at Port, and there's nothing going on at Melbourne. They're beefing. Stephen May is useless, like literally. And I don't know. I would have loved seeing Gawn walk over to Stephen May at the end of the game and be like, "Hey, so you did fucking nothing, guy." Mitch Georgiades kicked like 7, fucking huge. What a tank! But it just goes like to show the difference between fucking shithead prick, fucking wanker attitude compared to someone like Gawn's, where May, I don't know. I don't want to say May lost them the game because they're their forward line lost them the fucking game. 9-14 to 14-9. There's your story. There's your fucking story entirely on the scoreline. But it shit me because this was the only other team tip that I got wrong this week. And if I didn't get this one wrong, if I got this right, then I would have been all right other than us, which would have been sick, cunt. It would have been fucking deadly. And I wish I had that happen, but it just didn't. So I'm gonna kill myself. And then last game of the round we had Carlton versus West Coast. People are, I threw my phone. People were saying like fucking, you know, oh Carlton, they can't play centre halves, and this is, you know, even though it was a win, it's one of the fucking least convincing performances. It's not convincing, but I don't think that this is the same problem that they had at the start of the year. I just don't. Kicking 40 fucking points in a quarter and then coasting for the rest of the game and fucking winning by 5 goals, that's fine in my eyes. I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to shit talk West Coast here, but I do think this was a bit of a fucking taking the foot off the gas moment, maybe intentionally, rather than like, we just can't put together a second half. Yes, you want to go out and fucking pump them by 100 points. I get why you want to do that. It's big percentage booster, big morale booster, it's big hype booster. Gets everyone's eyes back on the team, and there's something here, you know, they can blow West Coast out of the water rather than just scraping over by a pretty comprehensive win. When you start the game so dominantly and then you cruise for the rest of it, I don't think the Blues are in as bad a spot as some of the Blues fans think they might be, but I also think that their hopes and their like aspirations for a flag are maybe still too high. Bring down your expectations and realize that you're actually about here. That's still, you know, there's still a differential to make there, but it's not the end of the fucking world, you know, to be a middle of the table team. And that just kind of seems where Carlton are at the moment. Yes, they have the potential to be flag winners and shit. It's not coming together at fucking all. Blame the coaching, blame some of the players, blame the club environment. Maybe if the CEO wasn't posting his dick pic before the season, things would be a bit more smooth sailing. But that makes it pretty fucking rocky. I don't know. I don't think it's doom and gloom there. That's all I'm gonna say. But overall, nice short round of footy. Pretty easy to tip, I felt. I feel like the only 2 upsets were the 2 that I got wrong. I think I went with everything safe this round. And next round, I actually have no idea who I've tipped. I'm gonna have to look at what I did on the tipping game thing. The game. The game, you're losing. Thursday night we have Essendon and Freo. At Optus, Freo are going to put that one away. I think they have an easier time putting Essendon away than North. Hot take, maybe, I don't know, because I think that Essendon would maybe beat North in a game. They did beat North in the game. But for this one, I feel like Freo have like the perfect sponge here, where they played a home game last week against a similar side that can be like similarly dangerously bad. Kind of like a bad, dangerous, fun, shaky team. And I think that they're going to be going into this one knowing that it's a must-not drop game. This is a must-win for Freo. Essendon, it's a bit of a long shot even on your day, even at a home game. For Essendon, I'd feel more comfortable tipping Freo, so I'm just landing with the Dockers for this one. I think if they don't, this has to be a bigger margin than the North game. 20 points minimum from Freo, otherwise I'm going to be pretty disappointed. Friday night, we have one of the this game is going to be so fucking good. So fucking good. Bro, Geelong and the Lions. I'm pumped as fuck. Down at GMHBA, who knows how this goes. I've tipped the Cats, which the only reason it feels wrong for me is because 3 on the trot losses for Brisbane. That doesn't sound like it's gonna happen. Like, Brizzy are a tough team. They're thereabouts. As much as I don't want them to be, they are. They just are. So, predicting that they lose 3 winnable games in a row is pretty stiff, considering that what they're putting out isn't even that bad quality. It's literally just the accuracy that's killing them, in my opinion. There's a few other areas where they're not as potent. I don't think their ball movement is as clean as it was towards the back end of last year and shit like that. But overall, they're firing fine. It's just the fucking goal kicking that is a real issue and has lost them 2 games. But I don't see them losing the game through that method this way. I see Geelong just fucking locking down that ball movement and just being the more dominant side, being the better team. You know, that Geelong has this ability to put sides in uncomfortable positions. Scott's the best fucking coach in the comp, so this will be a interesting battle, no doubt. It's going to be a fucking high intensity game. There's a lot in it. Both teams really want this win. It's obviously not season over for anyone if they lose, so there's not too much on the table necessarily, more just that the win at this moment to establish yourself as that dominant threat going into the second end of the year. And for Brisbane, it's a must win because 3 on the trot's bad. It's real fucking bad. So I don't know, you know, Geelong coming off a fucking 100 point victory at the home ground at last week. think it's a completely different challenge to that, I'm fully aware, but I think spirits are high, and I'm leaning the Cats on this one. But I'm not. But this is genuinely a fucking coin flip. The odds, you know, it's at the Cats' home ground and shit, so that's again massive favourite. If it was at the Gabba, maybe I would feel different. Maybe I'd feel completely different, and that would actually I would. It's a 50-50 either way, pretty much, or it's close enough to a 50-50 wherever they play that it's going to be fucking ripping. It's going to be interesting regardless. So I'm very keen for that one. Very pumped. That's probably definitely game of the round. Saturday, fucking Carlton and North. So last time North played Carlton, they got blown the fuck out, like over 100 points, I think, or at least around that. And I don't see that happening again, but I also don't see them beating the Blues. Now, yes, West Coast gave the Blues a decent run, fucking last game and all that. As I've already said, I don't know. I think the Blues cruised on that one, and I think that maybe they fucking dig their heel in again here and be the other massive win of their season. 2 massive wins against North being your only blowout wins. What happened, cunt? What's happening? 2 wins over North being your only blowout wins this year just sounds like a Carlton thing to do. It sounds like it's probably going to happen, so I expect North to drop this one in a disappointing way that I will be furious about. You know, again, this is a winnable game for them on paper. In theory, this season Carlton should have, like, teams that are doing what Carlton are doing this year should have been gets for North. They should have been easy pickings, sort of, to throw North up the fucking ladder, but that doesn't look like it's going to be happening. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to sit disappointed with this mob once again, but go the Blues. You know, I think fuck it. I just have a feeling. Port and Sydney at Essendon Oval, at Adelaide Oval. What the fuck, Essendon Oval? I don't know what's happening again. Again, we're just doing fucking reruns of fucking Easter round, pretty much. I got Port in this. I still got no faith in Sydney. Not really, no fucking faith at all. They're getting a lot back, and it's off the bye, so it could be different. It could be very different. They could look a whole lot more dynamic with Papley back up in their forward line. They will. I genuinely think they do. Wow. Genuinely think they will look a lot more threatening up in the forward line. He does so much for their forward pressure. Like, it's huge, and the difference will be noticeable. But I do think that Port will put them away. I think Port are building a little something here. It's a home deck game. There's scars in these games from the fucking couple of, like, blowout victories that have happened. Well, the blowout last year and then the earlier game this year, I think, is a scarring game for Sydney. I just feel like the Power have got this one in the bag, and even though, you know, the Swans are getting a few people back and that might change their dynamic a little bit, I feel like that might take a game to sort of kick in and settle in, and then once that has settled back in, I feel like they'll make a bit more of a dangerous push after this. I just don't see it happening this week, you know. I just don't want it to happen this week. Maybe, but fuck it, I'm leaning Port. I've been a pussy and I've tipped the favourites for every single game this week. I'm being a real coward. But how do you tip fucking Saints against Pies at Marvel? Well, maybe. Maybe. No, Pies are going to beat Saints on Saturday night. Again, not much to it. They're just a better fucking team. They might give them a fun little shake. The defensive game matchup might be fun, but I think Collingwood win this one by like 60. Genuinely, I don't know. I just think the Pies. This is a game that the Pies can flex their muscles and just go, hey, remember how we're like the best team in the comp? You guys want to be scared of us again? We're gonna make you scared of us again. I see that happening, and I see it being a very dominant victory. But still, you know, a fun enough game to watch. I'm sure it'll be. This will be one that you'd love to go to live. This would be very fucking energetic, but I feel it'll be pretty one-sided in terms of results, in my opinion, my prediction. Then jumping to the 2 Sunday games, we got the Giants and the Suns at NG Stadium. Midday game. I don't know what the fuck that does for either team, but I've tipped us. And I'm back on the no brain, no thinking, just tip the team that you barrack for. Sam Taylor's out for like 5 weeks because he broke his toe. That hurts. Cadman has just arrived, so he's the best forward in the competition. Yeah, check notes. Yeah. No, I don't know. We could get beaten by 5 goals in this game. Genuinely, pretty seeable. But I also think that we can turn this into a hard scrap that we win by 2 goals, sort of thing. I don't think we can blow them out. Not without Taylor and that defensive core that we rely on so heavily. And that's not to say that Ash, Buckley, Iden, and I don't know, they've been doing weird shit with Himmelberg, but if they're running him off the back line, that's not to say that they can't get the job done. Whitfield and shit as well. they'll probably bring Leek Lear in, which will be actually mental, because Leek is a sick cunt. Still, you know, it's not to say that they can't get the job done, but Taylor is just the Hogan of our backline, so that hurts. It's a big out. I'm not sure if Toby's back yet. I haven't had a look at the team selection yet. I don't even know if it's fucking out. You know, it's just a hope and a vibes. It's our home game. We a massive win last week. If we can keep that going, that's huge. And I just hope that we can pull this off, because this is a big fucking game. These are two teams that are in the 8, maybe not the top 4 that I thought that both of us could be and were looking to be at a certain stage. But regardless, we're with premiership contenders, and it'll be fun. It'll be good. It'll be huge. I'm not like, this isn't like bet your house money on it, and I'm still pretty unconfident, but I'm all in. I'm back. The boys, they've brought me back. I'm so sorry for ever down yous. If we lose this game, I might just tip against us, because every time I've done that, we've won. So prayers and angel numbers. And then to end out the fucking round, what is it? Dogs and Tigers at Marvel. Dogs are gonna win. That'll be fun. For 2 quarters is my estimate, is until half time. That the first quarter, the Lions are gonna be, not the Lions, the fucking Tigers are gonna be real in it, potentially leading at quarter time. Second quarter, the Dogs have like a 2-goal lead on them, but it's been fun. Third quarter, Dogs kick 8 goals and the Lions kick 2 points, and then the last quarter, you know, they scrap back a little bit. That's how I feel this one going. I don't see this being really a losable game for the Dogs. It shouldn't be necessary. Not to shit talk Richmond, it's just different positions in your timelines of where you're at. But yeah, that's pretty much all of that. Fucking what else? UFC, we got fucking Khalil and Jamal Hill. Khalil Roundtree, Jamal Hill this weekend. That'll be pretty fucking gnarly. I got Khalil. I like Khalil a lot. He's my guy. I think fucking Fiziev's fighting on this card. That'll be fucking wicked. There's a few really good fights on this one. I just, you know, I haven't fucking thought too much to do predictions, and even with the fucking card, like, I'm pretty 50-50 on it. It's the same as last week, where I was leaning much more towards Buckley beating Usman, but Usman just fucking, you know, he's still the man. Clearly, he's still the man. Those knees, they'll never give out. Yeah, Buckley just couldn't fucking forgot takedown defense and forgot anti-wrestling until round 5. No, I'm joking. It was just Usman fucking showing that he's still got it, really. But same way, I was like, I'm not upset with that result. I was very much wanting Buckley to win before that fight. I think that makes the division a bit more interesting, I guess. But fucking clearly, if Usman is that dominant, he's going to be fun. He's going to be threatening still. You know, people were shit talking him for talking about making a push for a title afterwards. It's not off the table, out of the realm of possibility. He should be getting someone higher than him in the rankings next, and then after that, you can start looking around title shots. I'm just saying. So I don't know, but that'd be cool. What the fuck?
Open up, it's the fucking police, man.
Ooh, cunt. I really don't want to deal with this.
The fucking door, yo, this is the SWAT team.
Do you reckon I can just fucking sit here and like let that happen?
Door, man, it's the police. It's the fucking
I'm gonna
police.
try that. I'm gonna try just ignoring it, pretending, hoping it goes
beat your
away.
ass out, boy. Open the fucking door. Open the fucking door, man. Open the fucking door. Open the fucking door. Open the fucking door. Open the fucking